What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We're back. Show number 2. We're getting at it, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting after it. And I'm excited to have Joe from Mortgage Coach hanging out with me today. You know him. You love him. He's got this smile on. We were just saying, for as crazy a year as has been in 2020, we're fairly blessed. A lot of you out there, you're struggling. We know you have challenges, but for most of us in this mortgage industry, Joe, we're pretty blessed. So Joe, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for joining us today and we're talking about SNUG. The only thing that could be better is you and I could be up on the slopes, brother.
That's
shredding
right.
it together. But
that's right.
Thanks for joining me, bro. I appreciate it.
Always happy to talk to the community and appreciate what you and the rest of the Shred team do every day.
Well, dude, before we get into SNUG, we're all excited for SNUG. It starts on Monday. There's a lot of big things we're going to be talking about here in just a sec. But talk about Mortgage Coach. You guys continue to do awesome things. You guys are all over the place. You continue to put out value within all of the groups that you do. You just came off another event as well. That's what Mortgage Coach, that's what you guys breathe. That is your guys' community. That's your culture. You're about bringing value to our industry. So what's good with Mortgage Coach right now?
You know, this is a very, very important time for people in every state across the country. You know, home equity is providing an important lifeline in certain situations. It provides good stability for investments, especially the entrepreneurial process that so many people strive for. Ultimately, the mortgage professional has never been more relevant than they are right now today. The asset of the financial backing of the home and what that means to your security is very, very crucial for consumers to understand today more than ever before. You know, Mortgage Coach has invested heavily in ensuring that our digital education materials and the total cost analysis conveys any loan option. So you have some really innovative lenders today, whether it's non-QM solutions, whether it's down payment assistance solutions, whether it's home improvement solutions, doctor nurse loans that incorporate certain debt forgiveness. There is just an infinite array of products and services to help the consumer of today. Many originators don't know how to explain these solutions, and certainly they are not able to convey the long-term cost savings that they can oftentimes provide. And so we've added a lot of presentation types to the total cost analysis, debt consolidation being one that we've worked on very, very hard to ensure that equity can be understood and how it can help you to be debt-free or at least debt smart. And, that type of education and the relevance of right now is just so pivotal. And we've seen a lot of lenders waking up to the fact that you cannot be talking about price today. You have to be talking about advice. And the lenders that are thinking about 2022, the lenders that are looking beyond a refi boom or the phone ringing and really positioning for what happens when forbearance is over, what happens when rent forgiveness is over, what happens when we're picking up the pieces of an economy where housing has to lead the recovery. You have to have originators and lenders that can talk about advice. And so we've just been inundated with calls and interest, and I hope to help a lot of brands move away from selling rate and move forward to conveying advice this year and beyond.
Dude, that is brilliant. Dal, make sure we clip that. That is a post right there. Ladies and gentlemen, price is a thing of the past, Joe. We've all been there. We've all, as a mortgage professional, rate, price. We sold that for so long. But advice, being that advisor, is becoming so much more relevant in our industry. You have to. And that's what Mortgage Coach is there to do, is to help educate the loan officer, the mortgage professional, so they in turn can go help the consumer. Again, you and I were talking about this before we even went. Our job, if you will, our opportunity is to help the consumer with that homeowner journey, to help them from application to closing, and to make that experience something they will remember, something they can enjoy. And tools and technology and the things that are at our fingertips, technology is not our enemy, it's our ally. And if we're utilizing tools like Mortgage Coach, we can help that consumer make that home buying journey so much simpler. And I love this, man. Price, not advice. I'm going to get a big old picture of you, Joe, and I'm going to put that's going to be Joe's quote for the year, because it couldn't be more true now more than ever.
Well, I mean, true advisors serve their customers. They don't sell. And if you're serving your customer, you are naturally going to be an advisor. And these skills are not new. I mean, the advisor has led the way in every up and down of the industry. The originators that didn't skip a beat through multiple ups and downs in the last 2 decades are the originators that stayed focused on being advisors, understood the purchase business positioning, understood the referral partners, and a portfolio of products that their lender provides. I mean, so many originators just don't take the time to understand the guidelines, understand the options. You think about self-employed borrowers. These are folks that work so hard, but have some true financing challenges, and they are transactions you have to take a little more time with, but you have a lot of opportunities across the lenders that have innovative products. And let's not forget our veterans. Breaks my heart every day to know so few veterans take advantage of the VA benefit. You have guys and gals in service that are wasting dollars and not building equity over time, or are putting their families in a position that they don't have to be in if someone would just explain the VA benefit, not only to the borrower, but to the realtor community as a whole. There's so many realtors that just think that VA is too slow, or there's issues, or to try to steer in ways that they shouldn't, sellers away from VA transactions. It's our job as professionals to really ensure that these referral sources know these programs are there to help families, and that lenders that are skilled can close these products without any problem.
See, but I want to take it even one step further than that, Joe. It's not just our job, it's our responsibility. We know this stuff, dude. Like, we get to go educate, especially VA. I love talking VA as well, because so many veterans out there who have served our country so valiantly, so heroically, they don't even know. Like, we need to go educate them on that. That's why when I talk about social media, when I talk about building your brand, you need to get educated yourself. So in turn, you're a licensed originator. You can go help these people utilize those benefits that are right in front of them. And again, these are why I love these discussions. That's why I love having you on the show, Joe, because you're just knowledgeable. You're sharing all this stuff. This is value at its core, the things we need to know, the things we need to talk about more as an industry. So me and you, we could go on for days about that. But Anytime. We have an exciting event coming up. SNUG is just a couple days away. Starts on Monday, this upcoming Monday, February 22nd. You are speaking at it. There's an incredible line of speakers that are going to be there as well. But I want to ask this, because again, this is something that I like to talk about. Why is Mortgage Coach? Why is Mortgage Coach even involved with an event like SNUG?
Sure. I mean, first of all, Mortgage Coach, we work so hard with our integrated partners to be successful in delivering advice to the consumer. Means eliminating data entry for the originator when you can do things proactively. When it comes to Simple Nexus, they've just done so many interesting things proactive for the industry. When you look at what they've done to innovate their borrower experience through their point of sale and the way that they help lenders embrace a modern approach. And they did the same when they came to the integration with us. When you look at any Simple Nexus customer can flip on a Mortgage Coach integration, that as soon as the customer starts filling out a loan application, that TCA is already created. So the originator is not having to make that TCA. The Simple Nexus solution produced that TCA on behalf of the originator. And that type of automation is something that sets Simple Nexus apart. And on our panel, we have folks from Ellie Mae, we have folks from Total Expert, we have folks from Agora. We have a large swath of other partners, and even more partners that participate in SNUG. If you look at the list of sponsors, it's extensive, because the folks at Simple Nexus really have taken an open mentality to integrating. And that allows all of the various value players to ensure that when Simple Nexus is doing the lifting of the customer is interacting with that app, their ability to let all of us fill our part and ensure that customer is getting the value from all of these various sources is a unique implementation of kind of thought and partner support. And so the SNUG event, I think this is year 3 or year 4. And of course, it's usually this amazing time up at Snowbird where we're a mix of skiing and discussions, but they are definitively, even in a virtual environment, putting forward an agenda that covers a lot of best practices, that brings a lot of experts together. And now that we're in an environment where we're not getting on the jets and planes and coming to in-person conferences as much as before, it's more accessible that people can take a few hours or take a half a day or a day and invest in their education, invest in learning new things. And I think that that's the type of commitment. You asked why we participate. When industry leaders will take a forward-thinking position, be proactive at providing transparency and education, we always want to support that, whether it's with great folks like Simple Nexus, whether that's with the MBA or MA or MorePack and getting more involved in advocacy of our industry. All of these these organizations and partners that put the professional first by providing resources like SNUG, you'll always see Mortgage Coach supporting, sponsoring, and being a part of. And so I encourage, of course, it's a free event. Everyone should attend, listen to some of these sessions, but we'll be sharing some best practices. And again, we thank Simple Nexus for being dedicated to the space and putting together a virtual event this year.
Man, I absolutely agree with you. And I love how you talk about integration. And I love that your guys' session, the only thing I'm really sad about, Joe, is that you and I are speaking at the exact same time. So I'm not going to be able to watch it live. Like, I'm going to have to go back and watch it. But your session is called eMortgage Expertise, Best of Breed Partners. That's what these are, these integrations, these partnerships that we talk about. I love that you talk about that as leaders, as partners, you're able to lead from the front. These integrations, these discussions that are had at SNUG are helping our industry as a whole. It's helping all of us become better, helping us become more efficient. And that's what this conference is all about. Yes, you're going to be able to hear some incredible, topics and discussion, but it's the camaraderie, it's working together, it's that collaboration, that idea of like, hey, we are all better together. That's what's really exciting for me. And again, I agree with you. It'd be great for all of us to be up at Snowbird, but at the same time, like Simple Nexus has done an incredible job bringing everybody together and making sure this event is just absolutely, again, just out of this world. And again, look at you mentioned some of the sponsors. We mentioned the lineup. I'm personally excited. I mean, Shark Damon John is going to be there. We get to ask questions to him. I've submitted a couple questions. I know probably way too many, but I'm just like, he's one of those guys that has achieved so much. Why not get to pick his brain? And everybody who attends gets an opportunity to submit a question. That doesn't mean yours will be selected, but you get a chance to do it. So is there anybody else you're excited to hear from, Joe, while you're at the conference?
Well, listen, I think all of the speakers are going to be fantastic. And again, the type of access that you get to somebody like Damon is pretty special. Everyone should ask questions. I've been to a lot of events where there are extra time for questions. People haven't taken, the time to do that. I'm really excited for everyone to hear a little bit about the success stories that lenders have had with the Simple Nexus solution. You're going to hear folks from Synergy One, you might hear some folks from Union Home Mortgage, some folks from Fairway, and other lenders that are very recognizable that will be able to talk about the types of impact that they've seen when they've embraced the digital experience, as well as all the things that can be done on behalf of the borrower, automation. And automation goes beyond just talking about one vendor or partner. It's a state of mind that the lender has to be in to say, we're going to make this a priority. We're going to work through certain pain points to kind of ensure that these things aren't a challenge in the future. And even in your session, as you mentioned, you're going to have a great conversation with the Synergy One folks. So I'm just excited. One of the things SNUG always does is that Simple Nexus makes sure that customers get the mic and have the opportunity to talk about what they've seen real world. I mean, making fundamental cultural change as a lender is not easy, but it is required. If you're not just going to survive, you need to thrive. You need to make some of these adjustments. You need to make them today. And when you can learn from people who have hit some best practices and who have also had some pitfalls, that's really, really important. And so, I just think, again, if you can dedicate the time to hear from some of these lenders and maybe have a little fun with Damon John, that certainly is great.
It's always fun, but you hit the nail on the head here on this one, Joe. It's a requirement. You need to know. You need to come and hear these discussions and be part of these discussions. I love that you mentioned that too. Simple Nexus always does a phenomenal job bringing their users, bringing the people who are actually, again, integrating partners, all the different companies they integrate with, they're working with. They bring them together to have a better discussion. Again, to continue to push the envelope, to continue to help everyone improve. As we do that, as we bring these ideas, these thought leaders together, we all get better. We all thrive. So I love how you mentioned that, Joe. And again, that's why I'm excited for us. Now, I love that you mentioned too, all the speakers involved, the entire team over at Simple Nexus spent a lot of time, a lot of dedication, bringing you the best of the best, bringing you some of the people who can ultimately bring the most value to you, to your business, and how you're utilizing all these tools. So Joe, I know I'm stoked for it. I know you're stoked for it. Guys, there is still time. You can still register. We'll put the link below. Actually, we already put the link below, simplenexus.com/snug2021. You can attend. So make sure you sign up right now. You're going to listen to Joe. And again, your session, Joe, I'm really, really excited for. As we wrap this up, thoughts, things that you're excited for in this new year, Joe, 2021, what are you super excited for?
Well, I am really, really encouraged by the professionals that I spend the time talking to day in, day out, and the brands that I'm talking to day in, day out that realize the role in housing in economic recovery. And just recognizing, you talked a little bit earlier about responsibility, just the tremendous responsibility that's on all of our shoulders. Certainly, a lot of people have an amazing production year and are enjoying the individual benefits of a wonderful year in the business. But when you look broader, what that's telling you is just how important the work we're doing is every day and how many people depend on their home and their mortgage as being part of their financial plan. And what I think that I'm hearing now, I've talked about borrower education for 20 plus years. I'm finally seeing that bullet point on other people's presentations, on other people's priority lists. And so I'm excited at this idea of the industry is becoming self-aware of the responsibility that we have and how can we innovate that and innovate that faster. And there's things that we're in process, whether we talk about eClosing or notarization or all some of the things that slow down the mortgage process and some of the manual components that are there, a lot of attention, even proposed legislation to speed things up, where our industry is getting a chance to leapfrog forward, not only in origination approach, but also in regulation, in terms of being better. I hear a lot of people ask about change in leadership and whatnot, and what should people be worried about. If you're doing things on the up and up, you have nothing to worry about. This is the best time when everyone is aligned, whether it's government, whether it's the private economy, whether it's public markets, and we have a lot of great brands going public. When it comes to mortgage, 2021 is the year of the mortgage, and we can be very, very strategic, and lenders can be very strategic in carving out their success for the next decade with the choices they make in the next 12 to 18 months. And what makes me excited is just how many people are willing to hear that message, sit down, do a whiteboard session with myself, with Dave, with the rest of the Mortgage Coach team, and really define how advice and not price will drive your success in the next decade forward. And it's an exciting time for these brands that decide to lead. And you will have folding chair organizations, Josh. You'll have lenders that appeared in the last few years that will fold up and disappear. That happens with every refi boom. And you'll have lenders that didn't scale or budget appropriately for expansion and contraction that will be potentially part of either M&A activity or also, unfortunately, fall out. But I feel that the vast majority of mortgage lenders, credit unions, and depositories are they're game on, and they realize that this is the time to get smart, and this is the time that consumer finance and mortgage is going to mature to embrace fintech and automate what previously could not have been automated. So it's an exciting year ahead indeed.
It's the year of the mortgage. That's a mic drop from Joe, ladies and gentlemen. He hit all those points right there at the end. We are going to be our industry, the mortgage industry, is going to be part of this economic recovery. We're going to be the ones leading the way. We're going to lead by example. And it's great discussions like this that Joe continues to, again, you're at the forefront of it, Joe. You're one of the leaders. So thank you so much for all that you do. Thank you for Mortgage Coach for willing to share your guys' time and have these discussions. Big things to come in 2021. I couldn't agree with Joe more. It's the year of the mortgage, and it's up to us, ladies and gentlemen, you as mortgage professionals. It's up to us to continue to lead the way. With that, again, SNUG 2021. You can register right now. It starts on Monday. You do not want to miss this. From all of us here at Shred, we want to thank you guys for joining in. Thank you for shredding with us. Huge thanks to Joe and, again, Mortgage Coach for joining us, and for Simple Nexus putting on the SNUG event. Joe, you're the man. I appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, Josh. Thanks, everybody. Talk again soon.
Guys, as always, we appreciate you. We love you. Now it's time for all of you to go shred, go show up, hustle, repeat every day. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you again so much for joining us for today's show. If you like the content, make sure you hit that like button below. And if you already haven't subscribed to our channel, click right over here and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to see our latest video, click over here. And again, if you want to see the best of daily content within the mortgage and real estate industries, you have to subscribe now. We look forward to having you shred with us every single day.